someone comes into your
code
house.
of conducts have become established, like social conducts, the Geneva Convention, how nation states should behave at times of war. War is horrible, war is bloody, but we try not to slaughter children. And if a leader of an army slaughters children in today's generation, they're brought to international court. So that's how I'm stating, like, war is horrible, war is not a good thing, but that you can commit crimes within war that go beyond the pale.
Okay, you can have unnecessary cruelty.
Yeah.
Can I zone in? Because Pavlov is a different kettle of fish. But when I
You think?
when I speak to people of Abrahamic faiths who espouse that, you know, the slavery, like this, or parts of their book are immoral, I say, by what standard then are you a Jew or Christian? If you have this book which you declare to the rest of the world, right, is the book which is the guidance, or which is sent or divinely inspired by the creator of all of this that we see, right? But then you pick up parts of it and say, no, I believe that bit's not moral and this bit is moral. Then
You're judging Judaism by Islamic standards. So Judaism is very different. So hey, I'm just going to explain.
No, you said Islamic standpoint. I'm saying this is. I haven't always been a Muslim, so this is a standpoint
that's
that I've
fine.
had
That's fine.
prior to Islam.
I'm just trying to explain how Judaism works to you.
Yeah, but okay, fine. Go ahead.
We have the majority of Jewish law was instituted not from the Torah. Sorry, I've got something to throw. It was introduced by men, by the men of the Great Assembly, the Bet Din HaGadol.
By what kind
So
of?
we believe that man has the power to govern and establish societal structures and laws, and that there isn't one set that just stays, and this is the perfect code for humanity in all time. Judaism is very flexible and it adapts to the times it's in. So as an example, the prayers that Jews say, the blessings they say on food, the complexities of how societies are structured were all introduced by men and codified in the Talmud. And so this is how our religions differ. Sorry, I really need a drink of water.
Likewise in Sharia, there are a lot of
Ten
things that
Commandments.
reduce.
The Ten Commandments is a very Christian concept. There's 613 commandments. I mean, there are 10 commandments, but there's actually 613 in the Old Testament.
Weren't they originally Jewish things?
So there absolutely are. But as an example, you have like a commandment in the Torah not to cut yourself because pagans used to cut themselves. This is getting really on the tangent. We can get back to Sharia and fun stuff in a minute. But the rabbis also ruled that you can't set up competing religious courts in the same city based on this commandment that says you can't cut yourself. The two things don't say the same, but man has, according to Judaism, the religious court, the Supreme Court, which is like the Supreme Court here, has the ability to institute new laws, which they often attach to these biblical laws, which are often completely disconnected. And so all I'm saying is Judaism is a very, very manly religion. And this is what it comes down to me. So this is what it comes to. Toxic masculinity. This is what I'm trying to say.
No homo, bro. No
So
homo.
when I asked both of these gentlemen here and yourself, like, why is it that a woman should be denied the ability to rule a nation? No one's been able to give an answer. And for me, that's in Judaism. And in Western society, in Western society, we're taught that question.
Currently, Muslim countries, women's been ruling in Bangladesh, in Pakistan.
I love it when the Muslims ask the Jew about the.
No, because you tell me about my religion. Sometimes I think I'm sorry with you.
Women can take roles of leadership. They just can't take the ultimate monarchy of the leader of state.
That's how I understand it.
Same with
So Allah has said in His book, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Men, are the maintainers, or they are a daraja, a degree above women, because of that which Allah has favoured them, some of them over another. Here you have a verse where Allah is telling you what the pecking order is.
So God prefers men to women.
God has preferred men to women in terms of virtue.
So men are more virtuous than women.
It's not a competition.
They have in this
kind of is.
Kind of sounds like
Allah has said, clear, like it doesn't really need an interpretation. Allah has said that men are the maintainers of women because of that which Allah has given them of virtue, right? That doesn't mean they're virtuous over women in all aspects or in all doors.
So in what aspect are they more
women
virtuous
in terms of their strength and in terms of the fact that they spend on the women, generally speaking, and it's not all men, because Allah has said it is a virtue that He's given to some of them over others. Strength, money, the ability to be hunters and go out and provide. Yeah, we live in a modern situation where men and women equally have equal opportunity to go out and work and earn. The world has not always been like that,
Exactly.
and it will not always. And it
So
will
come
not,
to the modern
and,
world.
No, it will not.
Come join us.
And it will not always remain like that. You see it like that now, but there's no guarantee that it's going to remain like that. The system
that Sharia is implemented.
the system that Allah has put in place, right, is one that supersedes all the different changes in status quo. Generally speaking, I don't like. Here, we live in the West, and they've put forward things like equal rights, but not everywhere in the world operates like that.
But is it better to have equal rights?
It's better to have equal opportunity, and
equal opportunity for
right.
women to rule.
No.
Then how the hell is why not?
No.
Why can't a woman rule you here? Are you smarter than Margaret Thatcher?
No, I'm not smarter than Margaret Thatcher. I'm not
So
saying
why
that.
can't she rule you?
I'm not saying she was the prime.
I
She was the
know.
prime minister.
And
I'm
was
saying
she capable?
I'm
Was
sa-
she as capable as a man?
I'm saying
But she couldn't
Allah
be the
knows
caliph.
best what she was capable of. I don't know what she was capable of doing. I don't know Margaret Thatcher. What I do know is that Allah has said that this status is for a man. So I'm not going to stand here, and you might disagree with it, but I don't see anything in that command which is somehow oppressive to the woman.
You don't say. So
I don't see how
woman-
saying a woman cannot be the state leader is oppressive to women.
Really?
Yeah, show me how.
Okay.
Demonstrate.
So it means that only a man can be the ultimate authority.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So a man is responsible for determining how that entire
Allah is
society
the ultimate
functions.
authority.
Allah is the ultimate.
And a man is the next one down. Yeah.
No, there's no next one down. Allah is the ultimate
So what's
authority.
the caliph
The
then?
man
What
just
is the
maintains-
caliph?
The Caliph is the person who
The
is
amana,
most-
he's entrusted with the amana. All he does is fulfills God's. That's it. There's nothing more. That's it.
So this is
Wait,
absolutely
just let me
bonkers.
ask you a
No,
question.
what's
Amana's
Let me ask you a
entrusted
question.
upon him.
Joseph,
with God's law.
what
That's
is
it.
bonkers about the idea that God has legislated laws, right? That's from God's wisdom, right? And He has applied it to us and expects us to carry it out.
Carry it out. That's it.
For example, no one says, how is it that women don't have to pray sometimes, but men are always obligated to pray?
Because that's what the Sharia commands.
But is that oppressive to men and women? Is that oppressive to men over women?
denying women access to the same things as men, people would argue it is actually.
No.
Can a woman give the call to prayer?
I don't know anything that says she can't.
Okay, so why do we never hear it? I thought you couldn't, but
I don't know of anything that says they can't. If a group of individuals then come out and say no, we don't want the woman's voice because of X, Y, and Z, that's something that you need to criticize them for. But as long as it's not,
should a wife obey her husband?
yeah, and why should obey her husband according to the Torah and the Injil and the Quran?
So perfect. So here we go. So a woman cannot be the leader. Yeah.
She
Going
cannot
down
be the
that
head of
path.
She can't be the head of state. Fine,
Right.
fine. Call it what you want. The woman
No,
can't be the head of
because
state.
don't say call it what you want, because I'm
It's
saying there are
different.
other positions of leadership that women can uptake.
But
For
she
for
can't be
example-
the head of the state.
But she can't be head of state.
Okay, perfect. A wife must obey her husband,
Right.
and you're arguing that this is equal.
So the wife should
The
disobey.
wife is only commanded to obey the husband in obedience to Allah. If the man
Is the man-
orders her to do something oppressive or something that is unjust or unright, she does not have to fulfill that
If
command.
she doesn't fulfill it, what can the man do?
What are you going to say? He can beat her?
Can he?
That's what you're going to go.
I'm asking.
No.
So what's
No, the man cannot just beat her because he said, "Oh, go and cook biryani," and she didn't. No.
So in what context can he hit her?
He
The
can't.
Quran is clear where it mentions about nushuz, right? For what I understand about nushuz is when a woman is going out in about like a explicit kind of bad way, right? So the first talks about admonishing them and then right.
You got nothing
We're
to hide,
talking
that's
about
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Now, if a man goes out and he puts his little speedos on and he goes down Soho,
Speedos?
that he goes out, he acts immoral. He wears skimpy clothes. He starts flirting with other women. Can the woman beat the man?
The judge.
I don't know. No. Listen,
Because in
that's
the
the
Quran
thing
it says
is.
men are the maintainers and protectors.
Oh, so the men are the protectors and they
And the
protect and maintainers and they maintain and protect them by beating them. Then the women don't behave appropriately. But it doesn't work the other way around.
Wait, that's your interpretation.
That's why I'm asking.
No,
I'm asking
that's
you
your
guys.
interpretation.
I'm asking the question.
You're the only one that believes in this version of Islam.
Yeah, I don't understand why we don't look. Male dynamics and female dynamics are different. They're not always. You know, it's like saying that why can't a woman stand up and pee? Like she's like her anatomy, yeah, just doesn't make it. It does not a savoury thing. I'm just. Sorry to be so crude. What I'm trying to say is there are rules. There are rules that favour the man, and there are rules that favour the
We
women.
look different.
And these
that doesn't mean one of us should rule over the other.
Why in Israel?
Our nature's different.
No one's
Let me
ruling
give-
over no one.
let me
You're
give-
entrusted
okay.
to fulfill
In
God's
Israel,
will.
why-
let me give you a different example. Because
The men Israel
Let me-
how many women are?
let me give you a different example. Why is it that men are obligated to go out in the field and fight jihad, but women are not?
Okay, he criticizing Islam
Because
for women.
Islam
Tell us
is a
about
patriarchal
Judaism,
religion.
yeah? How many women are
So
ruled?
Does that-
if you-
so,
in the
okay,
modern, in the
tell
modern
me if
world,
that favours- if that-
you asked me the question. In the modern world, women fight on the front line. So if you look at the Kurds, one of the things that the West celebrated or like got really excited about was here was a Middle Eastern people where the women and the men not only had the same opportunities within the nation state, but they were also on the front line.
Nah, they were
I don't
celebrating
really
the fact
think
that
that's
they
a
didn't
good
have to
idea,
put their
honestly.
own soldiers on the front lines. That's what they were celebrating.
I
Outside of that, forget me. Listen,
British are the women and kind of more.
a patriarchy. Yeah,
I don't think it's a very good idea, honestly.
if you're gonna go down the line of it being patriarchal, yeah, Islam definitely is patriarchal in terms of the leadership and the representation is via men, right? Because that's what generally the world ties in and represents strength. No, it still does. Regardless of if you want. Listen.
Margaret
Is
Thatcher,
that-
as we've established,
Margaret
was a
Thatcher.
capable leader.
How many?
Theresa
how-
May, capable
come on,
person.
Theresa-
Golda Meir,
listen.
capable person.
They're very
Listen,
many.
Listen, Theresa.
Listen,
Theresa May was given vote of no confidence, right? She got put into a. Forget the women anyway. Why is it that? Why is
Forget
it?
them women.
No, I'm saying why is
Keep
it that?
them in the kitchen.
Why is why? No, I'm not saying.
wow.
When I say I agree. Because no. But I'm listen to what I'm saying. Even when you're talking about Bhutto, when Benazir Bhutto was there, she didn't have the respect of the whole nation. Generally speaking, even Hillary Clinton, when she was vying for her position against Trump, there's no.
Well, in UK,
But
there are a
Boris
lot of
Johnson has
women
also
are asking
lowered
for
the
their
respect of
rights.
the
I'm
whole
sorry,
nation.
so can a female leader ever have your respect?
Kind of female leader.
Head of state, can a female head of state?
Depends. I
get
don't know
your-
if she commands respect, then she commands respect.
So then
You
why
had the
can't
cre-
she be the-
You had
So
Brother,
you're literally
I'm-
accepting that
brother,
women can get
I am not
your-
dictating to anybody how they want their country to be, right? Allah has already dictated how the hierarchy goes. I'm not going to put myself against the hierarchy for some sense of modern Western good value.
But
Like,
surely if it's a
there's
perfect
nothing-
law, you can explain it. Something
The
that's
perfect law
should
is
be easily
the perfect
explainable.
law is that the men, a man being the head of a country signifies strength. Through all the times, women that were leaders, were not looked upon
Have
as.
you heard of Golda Meir?
I've not heard of that.
She was
These
one of
are outliers.
Excuse me,
We're
I'm
talking about outliers.
from Germany. We have Angela Merkel.
Merkel. Who's
14
Merkel?
years of
Who's
self-government.
Merkel?
She is the highest ruler in our country, and she's respected well.
Can we just
In
get
Germany,
It's a bad example.
I'm
Merkel is a bad example.
But to
She's
truthfully,
been messing up the country. She's been
let's
messing up.
compare
Okay.
Like a
Merkel.
political way.
She's messing up the country.
Do the neo-Nazis in Germany have any respect for Angela Merkel?
That's how we measure success now.
I'm saying,
That's the point of a leader.
I'm talking about unanimously. And
Only a man can
What
command
do
the respect of the
neo-Nazis have to do
neo-Nazis.
with
Well, listen, I don't know why we're fighting it. Generally speaking, a man being the representative, when we go back into history, it's always been men who have been conquerors and leaders
Yeah,
of
that's
the
because-
communities,
that's
and
because women
they
were
fight.
suppressed.
Mostly.
No, it's not because women are suppressed. Because even listen, the fact is, Islam saying the woman can't be leader of the state doesn't mean she can't put forward ideas.
In Bangladesh,
the Prophet, peace be upon him,
Bangladesh Prime
the Prophet
Minister, you know,
ﷺ used
she's
to
a woman.
consult his wives
Yeah.
before making decisions.
You know, in Pakistan,
they are
woman was a
key.
prime
Even
minister
when
twice.
even in a Muslim household, I know it might seem, some people make it seem
if
like
Angela
so.
Merkel can be
Chill, but I'm
chancellor
trying to
in
make a
general,
point.
in Bangladesh as
Chill,
well,
but I'm trying to
Muslim.
make a point.
and in
Chill.
Pakistan as well, prime minister, you know. So come on, in Islamic countries,
I
don't pick up
often
and
bust a joke with my friends to say that anyone who thinks Islam oppresses Muslim women should look at a married Muslim man, right?
Don't forget
I'm not
Pakistan's a
running
Muslim
things in my
country.
house.
And
And I know many other Muslims that are not running things in their
Because
house.
you don't exist in a Sharia state.
No,
In
it's
a
not.
Sharia-
It's got nothing to do with Sharia
Okay.
state.
Okay,
I'm saying
that's how
even-
we started the conversation.
I'm saying, are you telling me that the Prophet, peace be upon him, never had any respect for his wives and subjugated them, and never ever consulted them in these decisions?
I'm saying his wives, wouldn't have had a say often in how things are. If Muhammad is the prophet of God and he says we're going to do A, B, C, his wives can't say, no, Muhammad, you're wrong. I'm going to eat this bacon sandwich.
Only when Allah declared the matter, it's not for anybody, man or woman, to challenge the decision of Allah. Allah makes that clear in the Quran.
So
but
how do you know when
what I'm talking, because a revelation comes down to say this is the instruction.
How do you know that Muhammad isn't just lying? He's saying, Aisha, darling, Muhammad's telling you that you've.
That's a completely different topic. Yeah. For now, let's just say we believe in what the Prophet Muhammad said and what the Quran said.
But he
right?
said that, how is it what he just explained? He mentioned